Evening. This is part 3 of the video, and in this I would be highlighting a bit about yield to call and yield to put. So actually there are two kind of issuer we have in the world. Number one is people are huge cash, AAA rating, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Accenture, Amazon, Facebook, complete cash rich companies and AAA credit rating, no doubt. Other kind, you have companies, those who are not AAA, but they are probably A, triple C, unfortunately D also. After Corona, the credit rating of majority of the companies worldwide impacted. It's not about India, worldwide. I have the screenshot of the Bloomberg with me in which it is confirmed that around majority of a part of MSME of United States are in little bit trouble. And I have the screenshot with me. So if this is the scene of United States, then what about Australia, India, maybe Thailand, maybe Dubai, and different parts of the globe? So we can assume that. Now, what is yield to call? The people, those who are very big, huge cash, just like Apple, if they issue any bond or probably if they sell any, I'm wrong, if they sell any fixed income instrument, that would be the right word. If they sell any fixed income instrument, then they take yield to call. Now, which means if the interest, suppose, let's assume that Apple issued at 1%. Nowadays, there is a different phenomena which is happening. And unfortunately, I have not seen in the CFA. Maybe later on I will see. So I have not putting any comment as of now. 10-15 years ago, what used to happen is these fixed income, actually from where the word fixed income came into the picture. That's very important to learn. Fixed income came into the picture because in fact, a decade or two decades earlier, majority of the instrument issued were having fixed income, 2%, 3%, 4%, 6%, 10%, whatever. But now the scene is changing. The scene is the companies, the hedge fund, and the other players, they are issuing a float-based structures. Now, float-based structures is a hell lot of word, very heavy word, let it be honest, and don't expect it to be explained in 5 minutes. Don't expect. It is called float-based structures. The big boys like Goldman, JP, Morgan Stanley, Citi, UBS, they are champions in these structures. And internet is hardly talking about these structures because no one willing to make a video on that. These are very technical videos. And the ability of the people to understand these videos is very small. They don't understand these things. They are high-end investment banking structures, float-based structures, which are used by the big banks. So of course, if there is low demand, there is low supply, common sense. Now the fixed rate or called fixed income is changed from floating, changed to floating, which generated a big market called float-based structures. Unfortunately, the CFA Institute and many other MBA courses we have worldwide, they don't teach that because it's very complicated. You need good authors to write about that. You need to make people understand. Nothing is easy. And one complicated thing which these float-based structures are nowadays actually is when the big boys added the embedded component in that, which includes call and put. There are other also step up, step down, ranged callers, reverse callers, inverse callers. For many people, reverse and inverse callers are same, but actually they are not same. Henceforth, we need to understand that if we are doing any course or degree or any kind of certification, especially when it comes to CFA, we need to learn what is the expectation of the industry. And by the way, industry means banks, common sense, because CFA people hardly require in the manufacturing sector. You don't need CFA in the manufacturing sector. CFA people are always in demand from investment banks, financial institutions, ETF, hedge funds, and others. Now, they are completely in their own world, but these curriculums are their own world. That's a problem. So one thing which we need to learn is that the fixed income is not what it was. It is not what it was. It is completely different now. And probably by June 2022, when LIBOR would be phased out thoroughly, because the first phase is done, then it would definitely be more different, more different. So we need to learn one thing, that the kind of certification, the degree, the courses, maybe whatever we are entering into, we need to make sure we are as per the industry practice. That's very important thing. And industry practice is the float based structures. It's about yield to call. It's about yield to put. It about ranged. It about callers. It about inverse callers. It about reverse callers. It about cap. It about caplets. It about put. It about OIS and hell lot of things. This is why I always say that the international certification requires the upgradation in the courses on a quarterly basis. Forget yearly basis, quarterly basis. If CFA Institute think that they are willing to challenge, then my number is 9899242978. And I again repeat that this material is taken, as you can see that this is already a printed material. This material is taken from Amazon, and probably in the later stages we would take more material from Amazon. But I tell you one thing guys, the market is changing. Are we changing? I don't. This is Rahul Bhagan from Treasury Consulting Group. Have a great time ahead. Thank you.